Myself, M. Krishna, working as assistant professor in EEE department, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. In this video, I am going to explain three-phase inverter with 180 degrees operation. So it is unlike 120 degrees operation which we have discussed in the previous video. Means in 180 degrees, every thyristor switch is conducting for 180 degrees operation. Means right from when we say take the T1 operation, T1 conducting from 0 to 180 degrees. After that 180 degrees, immediately T4 is coming into action for the next 180 degrees. Like that it is regarding to one phase. And when you talk about the T3 and T6, it is for 180 degrees and it is for next 180 degrees. T5 is 180 degrees and T2 is for the next 180 degrees. Like that these switches are going to be operated. As we know, T1, T3, T5 are positive group switches, whereas T4, T6, T2 are negative group switches. Means that whenever the T1, T3, T5 in on condition, they are associated with the positive voltages, and T4, T6, T2 are associated with the negative voltages. We should remember this because in the next analysis we are going to use this knowledge. And here we can see the connection of load. This is a three-phase load, and phase A is connected like this, and phase B is connected like this, and phase C is also connected like this. Means here diodes are also used in anti-parallel connected across the thyristors, but there is no use of diodes when we use the resistive load, but there is a big use, and they are going to be function when the load is RL load, because if the inductance is presented in the load side, then it is going to be store the energy when the power is available for the load. If the power is not available, then that inductor plays a role to provide the source for the circuit. In that condition, there must be providing of discharging current for the inductor. That discharging path provided by these diodes which we have in the configuration. So if the load is RL, then there is a use of diodes are connected in the configuration. Now we are discussing about the three-phase 180 degrees mode of operation for R load, and we have to talk a few things about the source also. This is a voltage source, and we know that there are two different sources are available to feed the supply to the inverter. One is voltage source, the second one is current source. When we keep one capacitor, large capacitor across the source, it won't allow this sudden change in voltage value. That's why this voltage source will provide the constant voltages to the configuration. That's why this we can call voltage source. Instead of like this, when we go for connecting one reactor in series with the voltage source, it doesn't allow the sudden change in current. Means it will provide the constant current values. Then we can say that connection, that source is a current source. Like that we have two different sources are available to feed the inverter circuit. So it is also in volume 6 steps. We'll discuss them one by one. Step number 1, and one more important thing is here is every time for every 60 degrees operation, 3 thyristors are conducting here, unlike in case of 120 degrees. In 120 degrees operation, only 2 thyristors are conducting. One is from a positive group and another one is from negative group. But here in 180 degrees operation, at a time from 0 to 60 degrees or any other 60 degrees duration, 3 thyristors are conducting. It may be three thyristors are maybe from positive side or negative side, and this value we'll see the same analysis as same as the 120 degrees operation. Now what the controlling switches in our hand, we are going to on the switch number 1 and switch number 6 and switch number 5. Then whenever the supply is giving like this, the current is entering in this manner and it is flowing like this, and the same current is flowing through switch number 5 also, entering like this into the load, and from this also entering into the load. Means these two are coming like this and joining here and passing through B phase, because from the lower group switch number 6 is on, then immediately it is flowing like this to the down to the source and having the closed path. Means it is entering like this, coming like this, and it is also this current is coming like this, adding here and coming out through B phase. When we see the its equivalent circuit here, the voltage drops, these are the voltage drops. As we know, these two are parallel circuit, means they are maintaining the same voltage drops across them, and this is a negative group thyristor voltage, means B phase voltage. So the voltages across the parallelly operated phases is Vs by 3, and VOB, when we see this, VOB is 2 Vs by 3. VAO, VCO is equal to Vs by 3. VBO is equal to minus VOB, which is equal to minus 2 Vs by 3. This is very important. And the switching sequence is also given here, 5, 6, 1 are closed. And here also we are analyzing the two different voltages for the load, and one is phase voltage, another one is the line voltage. And look at this, these are the waveforms. We are going to draw the waveform for VAO. VAO means this is VAO, Vs by 3 value, and this is BBO, BBO is minus value, minus 2 Vs by 3. This is VCO plus Vs by 3 for the duration of 0 to 60 degrees. Look at this, the sequence also, T1 is conducting, T6 is conducting, T5 is conducting. But look at this, T1 is having the 180 degrees, T6 only 120 degrees, means already 60 degrees operation is gone. T5 is only having the 60 degrees. After the 60 degrees, the thyristor T2 is coming into action, like that. See, next we will see the line voltages. Line voltages are calculating like this, VAB is equal to VAO minus VBO. When we do like that, Vs by 3 minus of minus Vs by 3 will become Vs. Please remember that. It is very clearly given here. VAO is Vs by 3 minus 2 Vs by 3, sorry. So when we do like that calculations, we are getting Vs value. And the VB is equal to VBO minus VCO. VBO is minus 2 Vs by 3, VCO is Vs by 3. So minus minus, so both are going to be cancelled out here, thereby there is no value we are getting. Then we see, sorry, here we are able to see this is a VBO. VBO value is minus 2 Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3, total will become minus Vs. And VCA is VCO minus VAO. VCO is Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3, total Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3, both are get cancelled, getting zero line voltage in this case. But when we are operating thyristors in 120 degrees, though the phase voltages are absent, they are going to be maintained the line voltages. Unlike that, here the all phase voltages are available in every operation, every duration, but the line voltages are going to be zero. In the first duration itself, the line voltage VCA is going to be 0. We'll see the step number 2. In the step number 2, as I said, T5 is completed its 180 degrees operation. Then immediately T2 comes into action. Now, two thyristors from lower group, means negative group, are conducting. One is from positive group, that is 1. When we apply the KVL to that, this is the 2 Vs by 3, Vs by 3, Vs by 3. These are the parallel circuit from the lower group. And the values are also like this. And the sequence is given like this: 6, 1, 2. 6 is going to be completing its operation. 1 is conducting for 120 degrees from 0 to 120. 2 is now entered into operation. When we see the phase voltages, so VAO value will become 2 Vs by 3 from Vs by 3. VBO value reduced to Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3, and VCO value, this is VCO, it is minus value, minus Vs by 3. Line voltage also, this VAB maintains its value constantly, because VAO is 2 Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3. The total calculation will become Vs. Here also same thing, VBC, now in this duration VBC is going to be 0, because Vs by 3 minus Vs by 3. VCO minus VAO is equal to VCA, that will become minus Vs. Means every duration of operation, one is becoming a positive value and another one becoming negative value. The one more phase is maintaining 0 value. Step number 3, as I said, 6th thyristor is completed its operation 180 degrees. Now from the same arm, thyristor T3 comes into action. Now two thyristors from the positive group are conducting, and one is from negative group, that is C phase. When you apply like this, so we are getting Vs by 3, Vs by 3, 2 Vs by 3, and the switching sequence is 1, 3, 2. And this duration, VAO maintains the Vs by 3, this value. VBO, this is VBO, Vs by 3, and VCO minus 2 Vs by 3, this is minus 2 Vs by 3. And line voltages, now phase A is going to be 0, phase B is going to be positive value Vs, phase C is going to be maintain the same minus Vs value for this duration. Then we'll see the step number 4. In the step number 4 is continuing its now what happened, thyristor 1 is completed its 180 degrees operation. Immediately T4 is conducting after switch of the thyristor T1, and T3 is also conducting state, T2 is also conducting state. Now what happened is, two thyristors from the lower group conducting right now in this duration. One is from upper group. So one is from upper group, that's why it is maintaining 2 Vs by 3. From lower group, Vs by 3, Vs by 3. And switching sequence is 4, 3, 2. When we see the phase voltages, as we know, this is phase A, and lower group is conducting, means negative voltage. That's why we are getting minus Vs by 3. And when we see the VBO, positive group thyristor, 2 Vs by 3, 2 Vs by 3. And VCO, negative group thyristor, Vs by 3, Vs by 3. Line voltages, now phase C is going to be 0, and phase A maintains its positive value. Sorry, phase B maintains its positive value, phase A will become minus Vs value. The similar operation takes place. To understand, we'll discuss fifth step. Here in this fifth step, T4 conducting its operation from the lower group related to phase A, and T3 conducting, T3 from positive group element, positive group switch, and connected to B phase, and T5 now comes into action after the 180 degrees operation of T2 from the phase C, which is upper group thyristor. Means two two upper group thyristor T3, T5, one is from lower group, means for this phase the voltage is negative, means we are getting negative value 2 Vs by 3 minus 2 Vs by 3. For this positive value Vs by 3, for this also positive value Vs by 3. When we see the line voltages, look at this. Look at this. This is a sixth step. Phase voltage, same phase voltages. T4 conducting, T6 comes into action for the P phase, and T5 is continuing its operation. T6 means it is a negative group thyristor, T5 is positive group, T4 is negative group, means two thyristors from lower group, negative group, one is from positive group. C phase having the 2 Vs by 3 value, this is, and T6 means negative group associated with negative value for B phase, T4 is also negative value. These are the two direct steps that we are taking, 5th and 6th, to analyze the phase voltages. Here the two steps to analyze the line voltage, VAB, VBC, VCA, step number 5, step number 6. In step number 5, what happened? T4 is conducting, T3 is conducting, T5 is conducting. T3, T5 positive group, means B phase, C phase. Means these two are having the Vs by 3 value, like that. When we calculate the values, we are getting minus Vs for line voltage for VAB, and this is going to be 0 B phase, and it is maintaining positive value. And when we see this sixth step, A phase, VAB value is going to be 0, VBC is going to be minus value, and VCA maintain its positive value. Then after, this is up to 360 degrees operation. After that, the 0 to 60 operation carry on. So in this manner, this thyristor, this configuration having the different levels of output. We'll see this 1 level, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means there exist 6 steps and it is generating 6 pulses. The other name for this type of configuration is also called 6 pulse thyristors configuration. Thank you for watching this video.